What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is NSKIN, and you already know. Taylor Michael, turn it up. And if you don't, then you should subscribe. Today we are hopping in. Today is going to be a little different subject. However, it's very needed subject. We're going to be talking about feet today and how to keep your feet pretty, silky, smooth, even through the winter, because don't know where you guys live, but it is kind of sort of winter here. It is very important to keep your feet looking very soft, very smooth, very silky, all of those things, right? I'm just gonna give you some tips and just a few pointers to how to keep your feet looking good, feeling good, and not rough, cracked, or dry. Feet is one of those things that, you know, people really don't like, and I'm with that. I'm with the group of people that don't really like feet. I take care of my feet, I just don't like anyone else's feet. Like, unless it's like a baby or something, obviously someone like very small, but an adult foot, no. Regardless, that still doesn't deviate from the fact that you need to take care of your feet. Point blank, period, right? Let's go ahead and hop right into tips that I can think of that help you keep your feet silky, soft, and smooth. Also, towards the end, we're gonna hop into a little bit of hygiene tips. So say if you have an odor problem, I can kind of help you with that as well. Tip number one, get pedicures. Pedicures should be a part of maintenance at this point. Men and women, you need to be getting pedicures because sometimes you just need like someone else to go in and get everything that you can, or maybe you don't feel like doing all the dirty work, literally. Also, for self-care, it just feels very great. So treat yourself every once in a while. If you don't get regular pedicures, that's totally fine. Someone else gets the work. They can see in the places that you probably can't really see because you're bending and twisting, and you know, some of those places you may not be able to get into. While you're getting pedicures, make sure you get the good pedicure. Don't get just the regular basic pedicure where they soak your feet and they paint your toenails clear. No. Get the pedicure where they are removing your calluses if you have them trim down your nails, have them remove some of the dead skin around your cuticles. I'm not saying it has to be the most expensive pedicure on their menu, but it cannot be the most basic one, because at that point, what are you paying for? You just went to the salon kind of for no reason, because that's the stuff you can do at home. Make sure that you're getting your money's worth every single time that you do go, because you have to make it count. The massages, get the massages because, for one, massages feel good, okay? So who doesn't want like a foot massage? If you have a job where you are up on your feet all day, or if you have a job where you have to have very hard shoes to wear for safety reasons, a lot of people don't even realize how much they need it until they get one, and it's like, oh wow, what have I been doing? Get all of those things because your feet need care too. Tip number two, like, y'all are probably tired of me saying this, but oh well, you have to exfoliate. Exfoliate your feet, whether that is a scrub, a physical tool, or something like that to remove the dead skin and just toe jam and whatever else you got going on down there. I don't feel like I have to say this, but let me just address it. I hope all of us are washing our toes and our feet and not just letting the water run down our legs and think that it's clean. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. Body exfoliation is just as important as feet exfoliation. If it's a body scrub, take that body scrub all the way down. A scrub that I'm using right now, the Fenty Beauty's Body Buffer, I'm still using it because I still love it and it's still doing me justice and whatnot. Get your ankles, get your heels, get the sides of your feet, get in between your toes. You're scrubbing your body, you're removing the dead skin cells, you're getting the whole foot with your body scrub, okay? We're not missing any beats. It all depends on the tools that you use when you are taking care of your feet. So here I have a few. I know this one is kind of controversial because I'm pretty sure it's not allowed in nail salons anymore. and for good reason. But if calluses are a problem for you, like I said, if you work standing up a lot, or if you're always on your feet, if you work really long hours, if you have to wear really hard shoes, this is a lifesaver. This is just a foot scrubber. You can get this from the beauty supply store. You can get this from anywhere pretty much. There's all different types of versions almost everywhere. Walmart, Target, Ulta, the drugstore, wherever you have calluses, that is where you want to kind of focus on. But be careful. Please be very careful, okay? Because this is sharp. This will cut you, and if you go in a little bit too heavy-handed, you may really hurt yourself. So just be careful. I wouldn't use this every time I'm doing like a foot treatment at home, but you got to keep it around for those rough times, okay? A few other things that you can have at home for foot care: a foot sponge, just to smooth out the skin, and so it's not really rough and jagged and all that stuff. There's a little mini manicure set. I picked this up from like TJ Maxx, and it was like right before you check out, and they have like that whole section right there where they basically get you to spend all your money. I picked that up there. Also, I have a nail file. You can get a nail file from pretty much anywhere of any one of the places that I mentioned earlier. Inside of that mini kit, there are clippers that come with it, and these clippers are at an angle, which I really do appreciate. That way you can get in between your nail bed and your toenail without like clipping everything off. Something else that I saw on Amazon, they're basically like a foot scrubber that you just lay flat on the surface of your tub, and you put like your soap and everything like that, and you just rub your feet across it like this. Basically suds up, and it's like a nice little massage and stuff for the bougie girls if you really like that kind of thing, you know, if you have that kind of time. Exfoliation is very important. It's going to help keep everything smooth and silk, because if you don't, you're going to be cutting up your sheets, and that's not cute. After you get all the dead skin off of your feet, what I would recommend is just finding a really good moisturizer. So maybe a butter or a lotion or oil. The combination of those two things definitely give you soft feet. So a good tip that most of us kind of already know: you moisturize your feet and then you put socks on. If you're one of those people that can sleep with socks on, I'm just gonna say it, that's kind of weird. I don't do that. I can't sleep with socks on. It's just, it doesn't work out. I don't like feeling constricted when I sleep anyway. So me sleeping with socks is definitely not gonna happen. But if you're one of those people who can do that, then go right ahead. These or something like these, or maybe even just some fuzzy socks. I don't like having on shoes, let alone socks. Once you get done with your foot treatment, put on some socks. You can leave them on or you can sleep with them, and whatever you decide to do, your feet will be soft. You can easily tell the difference the next day in your feet. Tip number 3, we're going to be talking about footwear. Let's start off with house shoes. Your house shoes should be a hard bottom but a soft interior. I'm sure Walmart has some. I've seen some in Five Below as well. If you are wearing socks, then your socks should be very padded. It shouldn't be a thin sock, and it shouldn't be like a dress sock, obviously. Something like these with like the slip knots at the bottom. That way you're not like just sliding around. I underestimated myself when it came to this. Just an extra pro tip when it comes to socks: the Nikes and the Hanes are drying your feet out. Invest in some good socks. Like socks that are still breathable and still make you feel supported, but the cotton is drying your feet out. Just like how they tell us natural girls, you know, get a silk pillowcase or a satin pillowcase, because the cotton from the cotton pillowcases, and it's making our hair dry and it's popping our hair off. Invest in some good socks and invest in some good house shoes. Now we're going to get into the appearance. First things first, if you have hair on your feet, do not beat yourself up. Or people don't publicize it or talk about it a lot, but people have hair on their feet. If you're done shaving your legs, work your way down to your toe. If you are a waxer like myself, ask your wax lady if she can just, you know, go ahead and wax your toes. If that's not a service that she normally does, just ask, and you know, you may have just opened up a whole new service for her and a whole new way for her to make money, and then she's gonna love you forever. Whatever kind of pedicure that you're doing, whether you're in a salon or if you do it yourself, pick a cute color. Pick a color that really like makes your skin pop. It makes your toes pop. Your feet are always going to look cute, especially if you're taking care of them. If you're getting a pedicure, make sure you get a gel pedicure. It's 2022. It's 2022. We are not going back and forth with the regular polish. As soon as you get the pedicure, the next day the paint's already chipping.
Boy, if you don't...
I'm not gonna say gel polish doesn't chip at all, but you had to be doing a lot, and at that point it's on you. Me personally, I like white French tip. I know the all white nail polish has a lot of the girls still stuck in a headlock, and that's fine. The white French tip just screams like, oh, I just left the salon. Even if it's already been like 2 weeks, sis, it looks good. It looks good longer. The all white nail polish, once that white starts to grow off, girl, like once that white starts to grow off, you have to go back to the nail salon. Find you a good 3 or 4 go-tos. Also, if your toes and your nails don't match, I'm not judging you, but the overall point is for your feet to be soft, smooth, silky, and look good. And if you are a man and you just kind of want the basic pedicure, and if you don't want the polish, make sure they get your cuticles, they get the calluses, and you get a massage. So here are a few hygiene tips if you are a person that struggles with feet odor. I'm not a foot doctor. The best advice that I can give to anyone that is struggling with foot odor is, for one, to make sure that your feet are moisturized but still somehow dry. That should definitely help with keeping the odor of your feet at bay. So things that you can do, for one, keep your shoes dry. Keep them open, keep them untied so that they can dry out. Also, spray your shoes. Find Airwick, whatever you spray your house with, the strongest odor fighting spray that you can find. Now, although that is a temporary fix, it is still something that can help keep the odor at bay. Maybe put a dryer sheet in your shoe. I heard that from someone that struggles with this problem, because if your shoes stink, no matter how clean your feet are, if your shoes stink, now your feet stink. So keep your shoes smelling good. Even if it comes down to keeping an extra pair of shoes in your car, do that. You don't want smelly feet. It's a totally different story when they actually smell, and I don't want that for you guys. If you have to change out your socks multiple times a day, change them. Those are my tips for keeping your feet pretty, soft, silky, smooth, or overall just looking good. Summer is not for a couple of months, so your routine should be pretty good by then. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. I hope you all got something out of it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to do that so we can do more of these. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.